I don't know why we still using this intro
We need-
song.
We need some-
All right, everyone, welcome back to the Midnight Mission podcast. Today, we have, I think, it's an interesting show.
It's a good show.
Yeah, we're gonna talk
It's
about
number one.
It's number one.
It's number one for a reason. It's kind of obvious. We're gonna be talking about Wednesday.
Number one. Where?
Yes.
What do you mean? Yes.
Yes. No, I don't. Okay, I haven't checked it.
Oh, you're talking about the show itself. I thought you
show.
meant like the podcast was number one.
Oh.
I was like, number one where? Nowhere that
middle.
I know of. I don't even know if people are still listening to it.
Oh man.
I'm still recording it though. So yeah, you said we're gonna talk about Wednesday, the Netflix
Wednesday,
show,
Netflix
and then
show.
a little bit about
the new Power Ranger news that's come out
yeah,
for the anniversary and the new series.
30th anniversary, right?
30th. Yep. 30 years
Yeah.
of.
Don't get me on the costumes of the new series.
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Wednesday. What are your thoughts about it? Did you like?
I enjoyed it. I binge watched it.
I did too.
I'm a fan of like
The Adams.
the '90s Adams.
The two films that came
two
out.
films.
The
I like
Family-
I like the first one better. Adams Family Values or whatever
Yeah,
the
yeah.
movie was called. The second one was it's okay,
It was.
but I like the first one.
No, the first one was really good.
Yeah.
That's how I remember the Adams. Like when I think of
Mhm.
the Adams, I think of those
Yeah.
two films.
Like I didn't even know there was like one prior to that.
Yeah, there was a
Like live
there
action.
was. I think there's another movie after those two.
The animated movies between then and now were good. Like the
They're
3D
okay.
animated ones.
Mhm,
I think
mhm.
Oscar Isaac is voicing Gomez Adams.
Yeah,
Um,
they were pretty good, especially for the cartoonish.
yeah, I thought it
I
was
think
interesting.
they worked with it because the
Mm-hmm.
whole like I guess it added to that spooky element, that whole like weird.
like the 3D animated
Yeah,
style.
yeah.
I thought it was good.
I thought it was good.
But the original '90s
Yeah.
Adams movie, that one, that's my jam.
yeah.
I thought it was really good.
And the show was I wasn't when I first I know a little bit about like how the Adams is like very supernatural based.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think they were gonna go deep into it with the show. This is spoilers, obviously.
Yeah, me either. I wasn't expecting that.
Like the show's been out for a while now. If you haven't seen it, then that's on you.
Yeah,
But like,
spoilers.
I wasn't expecting this big cryptic sort of
Mm-hmm.
like supernatural deep dive into it in
Mhm.
both the mystery of the show, and then also all these like different type of monsters, and it's so natural, like in that universe it's like oh
Mhm.
yeah, we have a camp of a college in Evermore of vampires, werewolves, other creatures and all that
Yeah.
stuff. It was kind of weird, but then you get into it, it's like that's a normal thing for them.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of weird, like the first episode.
Yeah.
But then like
But then you start
immediately got used to it. Like
It's like a
in the
normal
second
thing.
episode. Yeah, I was like, okay,
It's
this
just
makes
like-
sense though.
this makes sense. All the
Yeah,
all
yeah.
the vampire girls are sitting in the dark shade. Makes
Mhm,
sense.
mhm,
They can't be in the sun. That-
Yeah. I just want to say that Jenna Ortega did such a great job. She did such a great
She
job.
did,
I
she
thought
did.
she was like
She
she
didn't
is
blink.
she is the definitive Wednesday now.
I don't. Yeah, that's true.
She
Yeah.
did such a good job. I mean, because like think about it.
You know who?
The show is focused on her.
Yeah.
In the original movie, Christina Ricci, she wasn't the main character,
Mm-mm.
so you didn't get much from her. She did a
Well,
great job.
She did a great
portraying
job,
the character.
and I think in the second film, she was she had a more
prominent role. Mhm.
prominent role.
That's when
especially-
she was in school and she made a friend or something like that.
No,
right?
that's when they get sent to summer camp.
That's what it was. Okay, I don't remember the second
Summer
one all that
camp
well. The
because
first
there's
one
a
I-
new baby. Because remember at the end of the
Yeah.
first one, they're like, "Oh, she's
Mhm,
pregnant,"
mhm.
and then the baby comes like,
Side note: my youngest son,
"Uh-huh."
I call him Baby Adams because he looks just like him when he has like the hair
The-
to the
the
side, the
slick-
slick side.
You
Makes me
got
laugh.
to draw him a little
Oh, he should.
the pencil stash.
I
the
should. I
Gomez.
should.
Put him in a little suit.
Mm-hmm. And I know that was extremely random, but yeah.
But yeah, like and I know the second one, she had a more, and I think even in the animated movies, these newer ones, she had a more
Mhm.
prominent role, if I remember
Mhm.
correctly. But Jenna Ortega did it really well, and I think
As a matter of fact, you're actually right. In the animated movie, the second one,
It
it
was
mainly
about-
focused on her,
it was about yeah.
right? Because someone was trying to pretend like he was like
Oh, that he was her parents.
that he was
because
the
she
father
was a
and all
genius
this
and
other
everything.
genius. Yeah, that's true. I
Um,
just thought about that.
But Jenna
Interesting.
Ortega did a really good job. You know, she committed so much to the role.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't blink throughout any of her scenes.
That was really good.
And I think that worked so well with like the character. And
Mhm.
also I think Tim Burton did this like he's known for these, sort of creepy
Yeah.
movies,
I
these
forgot
horror
that
movies,
Tim Burton existed.
and it works so well in this. Like
Yeah.
I liked everything about
It's
it.
weird though because when I think Tim Burton, I think the original Batman,
Oh,
the
yeah,
1989
yeah.
Batman. You know, I
Yeah.
think what's that?
The Nightmare Before Christmas,
The Nightmare Before
Corpse
Christmas.
Bride,
Yeah.
Frankenweenie.
I think those kind of films and movies.
Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah. So when I heard,
he has a lot of Johnny Depp movies.
yeah. So when I heard that he was directing these, I was like, not that he's a bad director,
Mhm.
great director. I was like, is it gonna be in that style and like that?
To be honest,
But I think it worked.
It worked, because I mean that's what I thought. I had the opposite where I was just like, oh, he has such
Mhm.
a creepy vibe. Like his movies, like especially his other ones, like
Yeah.
his original ones,
Mhm.
they all have that similar vibe, and I thought it worked well with.
This is gonna sound dumb, and it's
Uh-huh.
not related to what we're talking about at
Uh-huh.
all. I feel like you're in my brain, like because of the headphones. Like, I want to be able to hear myself, but hear you too. But I want to lower your
You can go
input.
ahead.
No, but on my headphone only.
okay.
And
Go
I
ahead.
can't do it with what we have.
Oh.
And you're not even that close to the mic, but you're so animated. I can like, in my head. I think it's because I don't have the headphones all the way on, so I hear
Maybe,
you in
maybe.
one ear, like,
I'm inside your head, bro.
and then on the other one, I hear your natural voice. So it's kind of weird.
I'm inside your head, bro.
Whatever. Anyway.
But I think she did a overall good job of
yeah.
everything. I think the show was really good. The way it was executed
Mhm.
was really good. I think even the sort of cryptic sort of things, like the mystery overall,
Yeah.
I didn't get it like immediately,
Mhm.
but I did get it like, okay.
Yeah, I do like that they made them a Latino family.
What is his name?
I do like that. Even though I know the actor, I forget his name from the '90s movie. He's Puerto Rican.
Yeah, I did
Or was
like
Puerto Rican.
Luis Gomez, no Guzman, who plays
Mhm,
Gomez
mhm.
Adams. I thought he did a really good.
Gomez. It was a different take on Gomez, though.
Well, he was the original Gomez. Cause,
What do you mean?
Because in the comics, because that's how the Addams Family started. They were a comic series,
Hmm.
and Gomez was actually like the way he was depicted, like a big, large man.
Oh no, I'm not talking about the way he looks.
Oh,
I'm talking about his portrayal of the character.
oh, I thought you meant like
Yeah.
his character, like concept. Because I thought that was
No,
kind of
no, no,
different,
no,
but I
not
did
the way-
like.
not the way he looks. Sometimes like that stuff doesn't bother me as long as the character is done well.
But
I
like,
don't
see, that's
care.
the thing. I also did like, the '90s one, because and that one Gomez is like thinner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I said, like that's Adam's family. To
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
So when I think of Gomez Adams, that's who I
Mhm,
immediately
mhm.
think about. But Luis Guzman, he did a good job. It was a different, he's a funny guy.
He's a funny guy.
He's really funny.
He's really funny.
So I think it went well.
I think that was a good
Catherine
scene.
Zeta-Jones as Morticia I think she was
Yeah.
good as well.
Hmm.
And
I-
she's been doing stuff because she's in Wednesday and she's also in National Treasure, the Disney Plus show. We should do a podcast on that. Have you watched it?
I haven't watched it all completely,
I love the National Treasure movies, like the first
Mm-hmm.
two, but this isn't about that. We can talk about that later.
but I did also like their backstory. Like I think in none in any of the Addams family, we never got really a backstory to Gomez and Morticia.
A little bit in
We
the
got
3D animated movie.
A little bit, but
Mhm.
like we've never, and especially this version of it, of another person, a stalker falling in love with Morticia,
Mhm.
obsessive, and then Morticia ends up killing him. We know we see the backs the flashback. It's Morticia who kills him, but Gomez takes the blame, because obviously
We said spoiler, right?
we said spoiler in the start.
Okay.
So that's so we do know that it's not Gomez who kills
Mhm.
who kills.
Man, you know what bummed me out?
Mhm.
We were gonna talk about this crap out of order. I don't
Mhm.
care. Gwendolyn's character,
Oh, the
Miss Weems,
yeah.
the director, principal,
Mhm,
head of
mhm.
school,
the
whatever.
shapeshifter.
I'm so mad they killed her. And the way they did it too, she was like, "Oh, everybody believe her," and dead. I was like, "Oh man."
Yep.
But I guess that's good writing.
It was. I feel like it did at that point elevate the plot, and I am curious to see more. I'm glad it's been confirmed. There is a season 2 coming out, especially how it ends. It ends off with a bit of a cliffhanger. Somebody's after her. I guess this is a bit of out of order, but she gets a phone.
Oh yeah.
She gets a phone, and then her. I don't remember. Are they related?
Who?
Her and the guy,
What guy?
the artist,
No, they're not related.
Ajax. No, yeah, Ajax.
The guy that plays Xavier,
Yeah,
his name is Percy.
Percy.
Mm-hmm. Right, the one that like he draws.
He
as
draws.
his pictures come to
Percy.
life.
Percy. Yeah.
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 His name is Percy, but his character's name is Xavier.
Xavier. That's yeah.
Yeah.
I
I thought everyone did a great job on that.
think everybody. I think everybody played their roles really well.
Mm-hmm.
And it did introduce a uniqueness to every character, like Bianca Barclay, the mermaids,
Oh yeah, the sirens.
the sirens, mermaid siren, same thing.
Yeah, sure.
Did the same thing. I thought that was a really good episode. The what was it called? The race between the cats and the
Oh yeah.
and the mermaids. I can't remember what it's called. The Edgar Allan Poe cup or whatever it was.
Yeah, that's so weird.
Hey, yo, when I was watching this show, I got a lot of like flashbacks of high school and middle school, and I was just like, I
didn't do any of those readings in school.
I remember all that.
I went
stuff.
to DCPS in the 90s, so.
I remember all this, and I was just like,
DCPS
I don't
in
want to
the 90s.
remember stuff.
Wait, hold on. This is random.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in high school,
Mm-hmm.
I went to my dad's house for Thanksgiving,
Mm-hmm.
and at the time he lived in Springfield, Virginia. He had a house, and he had his neighbors come over.
Mm-hmm.
His neighbors were white, right? So I'm over there, and then I'm, mingling and talking to these
Yeah.
people. I'm in like 11th grade, and the lady is like, "So where do you go to school?" I kid you not, bro. I say, "Oh, I go to school in DC, DCPS." She said, "I'm so sorry." I was like, "What is that supposed to mean?"
Oh, that's funny.
I was like, "Wow." She said, No offense, but I heard in DC the school system is not that good and blah blah blah. blah." Mind you, I'm like 10th, 11th grade, and I'm like, I mean, you're not wrong.
You're not wrong, but
You're not wrong.
you have to say it
I've
like
heard
that.
it's gotten better since we left school.
Um,
I don't know if it's true about DCPS.
I don't know. I mean, I remember public school being boring. I still remember having a lot of issues in public school, but not like academic wise, but like
No, academic, it was like
administrative.
teachers
wise.
gave 0 Fs when I was in school.
Like, well, it
I mean,
was- that's- I
I
guess
was in
that
school.
is-
That was like the 90s, though.
But it was the same. I just remember every time, typically the English teacher always was pregnant and got out. Like
Okay.
everybody knows that. Everybody knows that when you're in middle school, you're always gonna have that one English teacher that's gonna get pregnant and she leaves.
For me in middle school, it wasn't a teacher. It was a 7th grader.
Oh, that happens too. But like,
That was the first time I was like, is she fat? I mean, you're in 7th grade. I didn't know back then. You know what I mean?
why she keep getting fat?
And then there was like, she's pregnant, and like, I mean, we all treated her really well. Like, she was really cool. But
I just
anyway,
remember
I'm on a
teachers.
tangent now.
But yeah, let's
Focus. Back to Wednesday.
back to it.
Yeah.
I
Go ahead.
did like the overall like aesthetic of it. I really
Yeah, I
did.
did too.
did too.
Yeah.
Everything being like this sort of creepy Edgar Allan Poe thing.
Mm-hmm.
I
It
remember
was
that
dark, but not too dark.
it was dark, but it reminded me of
Very-
how dark I was.
very
Like I
emo.
was darker. I was edgier back in school, and I was
Said I
just
was
like,
edgier.
I cringe. But overall, I mean, it was a great show. I'm excited for season 2. I think my one hiccup is the quality of the hide, the monster at the end, the bad guy.
Oh, right.
What's his name?
Tyler
Tyler.
is the character's name.
Yeah, Tyler. I mean, he was a good actor. Hunter's the actor's
Yeah,
name.
I'm not going to try to pronounce his last name.
yeah. That's I looked at it and I was like, nah, I'm good. But he played the role really well. I just didn't like the animation.
Yeah. I mean,
Of-
it threw me on a loop because I really thought it was Xavier.
Xavier, I thought. That's how good it was. Because
Yeah.
I thought so too.
It's
I was
very
like,
rare when, like, nowadays a show does that.
it's like, oh, it was Xavier, and it was just.
But then when you think about it, I was like, I should have known.
And then it's like, oh, maybe it's the headmaster because she doesn't like Morticia, or there's a lot of like reasoning for everybody's like
Mhm.
to kill Wednesday. There's
Mhm.
a lot of people have good reasons. Not, I wouldn't say good, but they have motives.
Right.
They have reasons for motives,
Hmm.
and I hope in this new season they explore this Adams family past. I
I
guess
mean, season 2.
season 2.
It's confirmed, right?
It's confirmed.
Okay,
It's been
cool.
confirmed. And
I hope it's
everything.
good because usually when a good,
Season
the first season is
2,
really
yeah.
good. The second, I mean,
I
we
mean,
got lucky with
Mandalorian.
Mando.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say
gonna
Mandalorian came out really great.
It came out
season
really
2.
good. I hope season 3 is great.
It's about to come
I'm gonna
out
be so
soon.
bummed. Like in a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was overall great. And we even got a little bit character development for everybody,
Mm-hmm.
like a little touch for everybody.
Mhm.
Like I said with Bianca, she was the stuck up like queen bee of the school.
Yeah, you know what I like though? I like the interaction between Wednesday's character and like her best friend. I don't even remember her name.
Um,
I don't even know how to pronounce it.
I know it's Sinclair is her last name. Enid, I think that's her
Enid. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I like their interaction.
I like how
Enid
she's dating
was like,
the Medusa guy. I
yeah,
thought
I
that
like
was
how
funny.
Enid was like, "You're gonna be my friend. We're gonna be friends."
Yeah.
And you see some emotion from Wednesday when Thing got hurt. And,
Yeah, one thing at
yeah,
her.
I thought that was really good.
I did like how Thing was like in this case had a whole bunch of scars and stitching.
Yeah.
Because in the other
yeah.
ones he's always
Uh,
just a hand.
It's just a filthy hand.
Yeah, but this one is
Neither
just
any
like
nails, but it's all.
yeah. I thought that was really cool.
I'm trying to
Um,
think if there's anything else about the show that stood out to me that I was like, oh wow. I mean, it was a really good show. I sat and watched every single episode back
I
to
did
back.
like this sort of I guess you could say the separation of like the town with Nevermore and how
Mhm.
they kind of blame everything on like
Mhm.
Nevermore. I mean, which is kind of true. Like especially if you,
It kind of reminds me of the 3D animated movie, the first
yeah,
one.
the first one with the yeah.
It gives me like I feel like the show like cherry picks stuff from like both of the 3D animated
Yeah,
movies a little
because
bit.
I mean, but back to it. I mean, especially the prom scene. It was a formal winter formal.
It was like a dance.
It was a dance. It was
Mhm.
some sort of. It was winter formal or a
Her
homecoming.
dance was pretty funny.
I was
heard she had
disappointed.
COVID when she did that.
Yeah, I was disappointed because I know you've seen the edits of that dance scene. I don't know if you have. I mean,
Of like people doing it.
No, of just her and they'll turn it into a meme or whatever. But they always play like some Lady Gaga song.
Oh,
I thought that song was actually part of the of the
Like
episode.
you saw that before you saw the
I only
episode?
saw the episode. I only saw that clip
I purposely like didn't watch
because I saw it in a
clips on
meme and I was
Instagram
just
and
like,
stuff,
oh,
and, like,
I was like,
stayed
oh
away.
boy. And then when I
Yeah.
saw the actual scene and the song wasn't playing, I was just like, I've been lied to.
See, that's why I don't like watching that, like those kinds of things. On Instagram. Like I purposefully stayed away.
Mhm.
Whenever there's a show I'm like intrigued
Mhm.
about, I purposely stay away from social media
Oh, but
when
it
it
was
comes to
funny,
those
though. I
certain
did
things
like the
because I don't
memes.
want like, oh, I thought it was gonna be this or I thought. It was gonna
It is
be
just
that,
this.
you know?
But yeah, I think that episode is really good because also, Enid has her boyfriend, the Medusa guy, and he doesn't go out with her because he accidentally looked in the mirror. Because
I'm listening to
he's
you.
he's a Gorgon. That's what it's called. He's a Gorgon, and he looked in the mirror.
Who?
Enid's boyfriend.
Oh,
the
and
guy
he
with
turned
the snake.
himself into stone.
He
Yeah, that
accidentally
was pretty funny.
I thought that was funny too because I thought the way they made it seem because Wednesday's monologuing that they're trying to kill students.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they actually did kill him, especially because he places the towel over the mirror because so he doesn't look at his own reflection. But the towel ends up slipping. But it turns out that was just like because of the water and humidity and whatnot. And then it was funny to see her get upset that he
Mhm.
didn't show up at the where they were supposed to meet at, and her like scratching the bus with her her werewolf claws.
Yeah, I did like how she turned into a werewolf at the end.
Yeah,
I thought that was
It-
pretty
it,
interesting.
but
that
even-
one I knew. You see it
we
from
knew
a
it was
mile
gonna
away. That was
happen,
gonna
but I
happen.
did like her. I guess her little glow up. I guess you could say
Her character
her
development.
Her
on
character
the show, too.
development
I
with
feel
her
like
parents.
I do appreciate that I feel like each character developed a good amount.
Mhm.
You know, you got a good sense of like.
And I think Enid had a bit more. I mean, she's like a secondary character compared to the other ones.
Yeah,
too.
but she's Wednesday's best friend
Yeah,
on
so
the
that's
show,
what I'm
or
saying,
becomes her best friend. So obviously, I feel like it made sense for her
Made
to
sense,
get,
you know.
character development, and even Bianca, the whole thing with her mom, and
That's the other thing I didn't like
Yeah.
about.
What about?
They put a lot of like in the first episode when not in the first episode when they first meet Bianca and Wednesday and they do the fencing
Mm-hmm.
and when she takes off her the little protective
Helmet
gear,
thing.
her face is so shiny.
Well, because they're trying to emulate the scales and stuff, and I didn't have a problem.
I
with
didn't.
that.
I mean, yeah, but it was just like, but they should have done that with everybody because of they're all well, at least like their group because
They did it for certain scenes, but if you realize it, they didn't do it in every episode. I think they like
did. I mean, they sort of. I mean, there
certain
was like
sections like around the
It
neck.
was
and-
on the neck, but her it
but
was like
that was her character
everywhere.
introduction, so they had to make it.
I don't know. I didn't
Yeah.
like how it was like. I get what you're saying. Like
Mhm.
certain parts, like her maybe in her neck because of the
Mhm,
gills and
mhm,
whatnot.
mhm.
But it was like her whole face was just like a shining orb,
Oh my God,
and I was just like, why did
it
he do
made
this?
me weak. He said a shiny.
It was
orb.
the sun.
It makes it worse because her hair, because she has a low hair. You're so.
I'm not making fun of her hair. I'm
No,
just
I
saying
know,
they put a
but
lot
it-
of lighting. They just, I mean,
No, but I think
it's
overall,
reflective. But she was a really good.
show.
I did like her because she was. I liked her.
She also had good character development because
That's
her
what I
and
meant.
Wednesday, like,
They became friends.
they kind of
Friends.
frenemies.
Rivals, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
I thought it was nice. Even the beekeeper guy, he got his little win at the end.
Oh yeah,
I thought that was funny.
yeah. What is it? He controls the bees. I was
He's
like,
I can't remember what he says. What he is. He's like, don't mess with the thing.
let me see if I can find it. I
Oh.
can't find it, but I
Eugene
can't,
is his name.
yeah, I was like, maybe I missed it during one of the episodes what his
controls-
powers was, and then when I was like, what is?
I think
what-
he's a hive master. I think I don't remember what it's
I
called.
was like, what is your power? And then when he has all the bees, I say, oh, you control bees. That's kind of lame.
I don't know. If you saw all those bees, bro.
Yeah, it's still kind of lame though.
What do you mean?
Hey, what's your superpower? I control all the bees in the world.
Bro, no
they will
honey.
sting you.
No honey, bro.
I'm okay with no honey. I
That
don't
means
like
no more
honey.
flowers, bro. That means no more oxygen. That means
I
we
didn't
die.
say kill the bees.
No, but that's what I'm saying. He could just stop all that. He'd be like, you know what, guys? We're going on strike. No more, no more air. You want clean air? No more.
I think you watched the bee movie one too many times. You
When
remember
they
that movie?
They sue Winnie the Pooh.
My God.
Take him out. They had
It's
the
so
sniper
dumb.
rifle.
Oh man.
But overall,
the movie's so dumb.
it's hilarious.
It is hilarious, especially when the dude is like fighting with him. And he's like,
Where are my winter boots?
I mean, he had a point.
He did. You know what?
When I went back and watched it as an adult,
I was
I'm
just
like,
like,
okay,
yo.
you have a point, bro.
You're leaving me for a bit. That's funny.
Yeah,
But overall, it's a.
I
good
think
show.
it's a good show.
I'm,
if you
I'm
haven't,
excited for it.
I'm excited for season 2. If you haven't watched it, go give it a watch. It's really good. You know what I want to talk about before we get
Mhm.
into the whole Power Ranger thing
Mhm,
because
mhm.
we still have a good amount of time left.
Yeah.
The 90s show.
Yo.
Let's talk
Yo.
about that.
Have you finished it,
Of course,
bro?
it was good. It was.
Donna
it
did not age. She did not age properly.
Yes. Oh, okay. I was gonna say.
She did not age properly. Bro.
I think she like after that 70 show, like I think she went through some stuff. If I recall,
I feel bad now.
If I recall properly,
But-
I think it was like drug use or something. I might be wrong. Don't quote me. Let me actually
Quote him on that. I love this show.
I thought it was really good.
My only thing was, well, I mean, and it did have to come back somehow, because at the end of the '70s show, Fez and Jackie get together, which was lame.
Yeah, I was kind of mad. Hold on.
We can talk about that. We can.
I think I might. Be
You know
wrong.
who's really good is the actor who plays.
She's became a Scientologist. I did not know that.
She joined Tom Cruise. They're packing fudge.
Oh, but it's no longer part of her life.
Oh,
Maybe I
Cruise
was
is
wrong
packing
about the
fudge.
whole drug
if
use
it's
thing.
Scientology, I can see why. Tom Cruise.
I take that back. I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on that. I don't know why I remember like
The actor who plays
I meant Hyde wasn't in that job because he got canceled.
I
Because of
don't
some stuff.
I want him to be in it, but I don't know. Like I want to see Hyde,
I don't think he's gonna be.
but
in
I
it
know he's not going to
because-
be it because of the situation going on.
Yeah,
Like that.
he was the only one that was missing. to be honest, because they brought back damn near everyone.
He was.
Yeah.
Um,
Danny Masterson. I did not know that Danny Masterson and Laura, the one who plays Donna,
Mhm.
were in a relationship in real life.
mhm.
That's weird.
The Jay Kelso, he looks just like his
Mm-hmm.
Ashton
it's
Kutcher.
It's a sex assault.
Yeah, it was.
That's
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why he's not there. He does look like him. I thought that was a really good choice for Kelso's son.
He acts like him too. But I think the
I mean, well,
first
that's
episode.
his character, but his
Okay, let's backtrack.
Okay,
Let's
okay.
backtrack a little
Okay,
bit.
you want-
So that
I-
70 show was one of my favorite shows.
I ended up
Growing up.
having because that was the only thing on TV, so it became my favorite show like
It
that.
became my favorite. And, like when I was in high school,
Mhm.
me and my friends, like we related so much to the show.
Yeah.
I hated that my friends called me Fez. I hated because I was the only like Latino there, you know. So I was like automatically
that's
like, F you
wild.
guys, I'm not Fez. I'm not Fez. Screw
That's
you guys.
funny.
I'm a combination of a couple of different characters, but I'm not
Oh
Fez.
man, I do like how Eric's daughter is named Leia. I thought that was,
Yeah,
I thought that was really
funny.
funny. I was just like, that's
Yeah.
funny. You know what my favorite scene is? Is when he
called
gets
her Tatooine.
no.
I thought that was pretty funny.
No. When I guess this is a bit forward into the episode, but when she comes back from the water tower, and Eric's upset,
And he gets
And
mad.
then he gets this,
he
like-
pulls a red.
he pulls her red, and I was just like, oh,
I wasn't expecting
I wasn't
that.
expecting. He's like, I'm so proud.
So I just want to say that 90s show is making me go back and binge watch that.
That 70 show, I've done the same.
I'm on season
thing.
2.
I'm on
I'm on season 2.
halfway through one
Yeah.
because I just
I have to
started.
go back and watch them on one
Mhm.
because I kind of fell asleep watching them. Not because they were boring, because I was hella tired.
No, it was
and, like, it
and
made
it
me-
just reminds me of like Eric deserves better. I'm still on that, bro.
This show is so funny, man.
Yeah.
That 70 show is hilarious. It's wildly inappropriate
It's-
when you think about it. When you go back and
It
watch
has-
season
but
1
they're
and all
subtle though.
Yeah, they're subtle.
It's not like,
Yeah.
but they're very subtle and,
Yeah.
and they're funny in a way. But
I didn't realize that it came out in 98.
yeah.
That's crazy. It literally came out in the 90s, late
In the
90s.
90s, yeah.
But it was such a good show.
It was really good.
The original theme song I don't like. It's the same lyrics, it's just musically it's different.
Oh,
from
yeah.
season
I don't
2
like
and forward.
It's,
It's a lot
yeah.
slower.
I know what you're talking
It's still
about.
rock, but it's a lot
Mhm.
slower. Season 2 came out with like the banger. That's
Mhm.
like that's the one that I remember. So when season 2 came
Mhm.
on the episode, it's like it hit me like a
You
wave.
hit by
I said,
nostalgia.
"Oh," just showered in it like,
Um,
like if I had long hair like yours, it'd be like just flowing in nostalgia.
But I think it was a really good. I really hope for season. I need more seasons. I need this to go the same amount as the 70 show.
I don't think it will because they only had like 10 episodes.
Eh,
And the original 70 show was like 24, 25 episodes a season. You rarely get shows, like definitely Netflix shows. You don't,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, I
Disney
know.
Plus shows and stuff like that.
but
you don't
it
get
ends
those.
off. Well, we'll get to that one. It ends off with the cliffhanger, but we'll get that. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
It does. The ending was kind of like, yo, that came out of nowhere.
But it was
That
so
developed
70 show.
quick.
You know what I mean? It was
Yeah.
so like it fits it because the way because Jackie, you know, I'm not trying to be mean, but she
went around the group.
Yeah, she went around
the character, not Mila Kunis.
I
the
mean,
character.
it's fine. It's fine. It's just funny.
She ended up back with Michael though. With Kelso. That's what matters.
But they're on their second divorce though, so that's kind of funny. Their second marriage, my bad. I still think that was funny.
The explanation of how she went from Fez to
I thought that was
Kelso,
wild.
I was like, I need to know how that happened.
Exactly.
And, then it was
when-
just kind of like, this happened. And I was like, oh, boo, that sucks.
That
I wanted
sucked.
more, but okay.
And then I think it was a really nice, like even all these new characters, all the new like, I'm kind of glad that they weren't like the kids of the original cast, like, well, not the kids, but like the characters' kids, because we only have Eric and Donna's kid, and then Kelso's and Jackie's kid,
Mm-hmm.
and then
That's
everybody
it.
else is like the neighbors.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really nice, a new fresh, a fresh take on it.
Mm-hmm.
Even with like,
I'm glad that Red and Kitty are back, and they're like, they're like there.
Yeah, there's I do like that how they were they played it like a big role into the show
Mhm.
because I mean they did in the 70s show.
Yeah, because
so.
Eric was only on there for the first episode. You didn't
Yeah.
see him again. But he has his own TV show though, so that's probably why. He's probably
Probably.
busy filming that.
I thought it was because he was at the university teaching the College of the Religion of Star Wars.
Which is
I thought that was fu-
hilarious.
I thought of
it
you.
was so funny. You thought of
I
me?
thought of you when he said that he's like, I have a parking space now for the Religion of Star Wars.
No, I forgot how funny Eric was, man. Because when she came back from the water tower and he was like, "All right, get her, Donna, get her."
And then she's like,
And
I'm
then-
proud of you. And then,
And then he's like,
Kitty's
"Mom, here we go, Mom. Here we go.
look,
Let's
unload
go.
on her, mom. Get
Unload."
her. Come on, get her.
He's like, "What
Oh,
is going on?"
that was so funny.
It was oh crap!
Like-
It was hilarious.
Like, well, I don't remember his name. Who plays Eric, the actor.
Topher. He has the
Topher.
funniest name. I'll never forget that. We used to
He-
make fun
it's-
of it in
it-
high school.
He can't. It's like he never left.
He looks the
Same.
same.
He- a
Everyone else
little-
looked like they aged a little
Yeah.
bit, but he looks the same.
He looks
to
the
me.
same. I don't know if
Mm-hmm.
if they're gonna point that out. I hope they do at some point of of an episode. He's like,
The
"Oh."
force is with him.
They show
It's the
two
same.
photos of him and like,
So
the
it's
same.
still just as skinny.
I like how Donna comes in with all the bags.
And then when she leaves, she was like,
I still got it.
And he's like, okay. Useless.
That made me laugh. I was like,
It's so funny.
that was funny. And then, it was great to see. Oh, it was nice to see like Leia, like I guess sort of find herself. I guess you could say.
Yeah,
Fine.
she is. This series is Eric.
Eric, yeah, she was no friends, no popular, and then she meets
Yeah.
Gwen,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought that was funny. I think I did like what's his name, Nate. He was pretty funny.
Yeah, it's a different take on like what they did in that '70s show,
Mhm.
but like very similar.
But I did like how they brought the alcohol, like with Nate and Jay, and they were like, bro,
yeah,
bruh.
well, that kind of reminded me. I
Of
felt
the
like that was a
keg.
cheap episode because it
It reminded me of the keg episode.
Yeah, it was almost
But it
the
was
exact same
funny.
thing.
But I did like that
Well,
episode.
not quite, but like
it wasn't this, yeah, because they did get the tap, and then
Mhm.
they didn't.
yeah. I thought it
Um,
was funny. And
yeah,
Red is
but Eric's-
hilarious. He's like, "Why are you bringing
Nothing.
this back into our house?" Or whatever his
Yeah,
line
look at all the
was.
Fritos, the Cheetos, everything that
Oh, the
ends
Eatos.
with yeah, all the Eatos, yeah.
That actually made me hungry. I was like, "I want some Doritos. I want some Cheetos."
And also I did like Kelso's like his intro in the first episode, his appearance. To be honest, I wasn't expecting none of the cast to show up on the first episode. I was probably expecting Eric and Donna because they're dropping off Leia. That made sense to me, but I wasn't expecting Jackie and Kelso to just show up out of nowhere.
Mm.
And then even when he comes in, he's like, "Boo!" He just like shows out of nowhere and is very Kelso like, and he's like, "Red, we need to talk. 'Cause, your granddaughter, and my boy,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
fancying
we try to
on-"
get a hug.
And Red's just like,
That's pretty funny.
oh my god, there's more of them.
They're multiplying.
They're multiplying, and then Jackie comes out,
I thought it was good. I love the show.
and then the fact that she's still like bossing Kelso around, it's like,
Let's
God,
go, Kelso.
God damn, Jackie.
No, let's go, Michael.
That was funny. I found that
Yeah.
funny.
I want them to come back.
I would like an episode where it's like
It's just the old.
it's
cast.
just the old cast.
All of them
like,
together because technically they weren't together
Yeah, they weren't together.
in any of the scenes. Only Donna and Eric.
Mhm.
Only Kelso.
Only
and
Red and Kitty was
Jackie.
with like everybody, but separately.
I want an episode with like the original cast all together.
But how do you get Hyde? That's the I.
Unfortunately, we might not get that.
I know we're not gonna get it because
so
of
we
what's
gotta
going on.
we gotta accept it.
I would be fine
And he's
with
such
him.
a good character.
He was my favorite
He
character.
was one of my favorites.
I
too.
hope they just say that he's in jail. Like I
I
need
want them
something.
to do that to his character.
But
It's not
it
the-
feels like something Hyde would be into though.
Nah, if you remember Hyde towards the end of the series, he kind of evolved.
But then
I mean, he's still scruffy. And,
no, he evolved, and I thought that what really pissed me off was when they went to go drinking, and he's like, "I'm gonna go marry Jackie. I'm gonna be Mr. Hartwell or whatever the last name is," and then she fucking leaves to Chicago, and I was just, and then that's where he, spirals back down.
Yeah, that '70s show, like
There was a
like
lot
other
of
shows. The couple of final seasons are some
are really bad.
especially when main characters leave. I
Mhm.
feel like I've mentioned this in the podcast before. We were talking about some show, and we were like, yo, like this character, once a character leaves, it's not the same.
Mhm.
And I was like, yeah, like in that 70s show when Eric left. Because
Yeah.
when Eric
He went to
Topher
Africa.
leaves, who else leaves? Ashton Kutcher leaves. And then they try to bring them in with these other people.
Yeah.
And it's not the same. I don't know if you ever watched the show Living Single. No?
No.
Living Single? We are living
No.
single. No? Oh, well. It didn't have that many seasons. It's with Queen Latifah.
No,
Really?
maybe living. Let me look it up. Maybe if I
Come
see it.
on,
Living.
man. You never seen Living Single?
Okay, yeah. I'm looking
That
at
was
it
a
now.
funny ass show. What you
I'm.
mean?
I don't remember it.
Come on, man. That's like the era of like The Fresh Prince,
I remember
Family
Fresh Prince.
Matters,
Hang on a minute.
Boy Meets World,
I remember
Living
those.
Single.
I do. Yeah, I want to say one thing. I did not like the reboot of
Of
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
the new one, the current one
The
on
new
Netflix.
one, yeah, I don't like that one.
I haven't watched it, so I
I
can't.
don't-
touch it. But it's not a sitcom.
That I think that's what my issue is that because I love
It's a drama, no?
It's a drama
Mhm.
and it's very dramatic. Like,
I mean,
but like
I'm pretty sure. Like, if you give it a shot, it'd probably be good.
I know I've sat down and watched it and I was like, ew.
Oh, I haven't sat down and watched a single
I've-
episode.
I've
I mean,
sat
it
down and
looks
watched it.
cool from what I saw, but
Because I thought even in the trailer I was like, that's not bad. It's just like a modern day Fresh Prince, like, you know, cool. It is not. It's like this whole other thing.
yeah, because it's like sitcoms. You know, they're funny.
But
I
like
would- I need
even
to go
but-
back and
but
binge watch
American-
these old shows.
I mean, yeah, but the Fresh Prince, even for a sitcom, it had its serious episodes and serious topics,
Mm-hmm.
like with
Like the one where Carlton got shot.
when Carlton gets shot, he buys a gun.
Mm-hmm.
No, when
No, it was Carlton. He
was
had
Carlton?
a gun. Mm.
I thought it was.
Oh no, sorry. Will got shot.
and then
At
Carlton
the
buys a
ATM,
gun.
and Carlton buys a gun. Yeah.
Yeah, or like when Carlton gets kicked out the fraternity because he's not one of them.
Or when they get stopped.
By
By
the
the
police
police.
and taking
Mhm.
the car. Yeah, or when Will's dad leaves him again.
That was an emotional episode.
That was,
yeah.
and then I really
That was a
love
really good episode.
That was such a good episode, and then I really liked at the end of it how they like pan into the statue that he had, bro.
Mhm,
The
mhm.
gift, I was just like, this.
Did you ever watch Family Matters?
I didn't watch it. I watched it later on. I never watched it like growing up.
I used to love it.
I watched it like coming back because I didn't have cable for the
You-
majority.
Wait, it was on ABC. What you mean? That
Yeah,
was
I
on-
didn't care for sitcom. I was like, this is boring. Change the channel.
That's because you was watching Telemundo, bro.
Yeah, bro. Telemundo. Yeah. I was watching Maria del Barrio.
Nah,
I was watching,
those were my
um,
shows growing up, man.
Betty La Fea. That's what I was watching.
Oh my god.
They
I mean,
made
you
that-
are a lot younger than I am too. So.
They made that like 3 times.
You're what? 96, 97?
97, man. I was watching Jackie Chan Adventures.
A lot of these
bro.
shows were already ending when you were born.
I know, but they would put them on.
Oh, a rerun.
On
A rerun.
That's what I would. That's how I remember the 70s show.
I binge watched Jackie Chan Adventures.
I love Jackie Chan Adventures.
One more thing, Uncle. It was really show. You mo gwe wa faji sao. It was recently. That's the reason I remember. Maybe like a month and a half ago.
I want to go rewatch it again because I was just
Yeah.
like, I remember that, and I remember how they had the talismans and then they went for the masks and all that.
And then like the items and stuff and all
Mhm.
that stuff.
But that
Um,
90s show, really good show.
Yeah, everyone should watch it. If
The
you like that
70s
70s show,
it's
or you like that style of comedy and
Mhm.
shows, watch that 90s show. It's gonna take you way back because
It did.
that first episode had me almost like teary eyed
I
because it
was-
took
yeah.
me way back. I was like, "Oh my god, it's Eric! It's
was
Donald!"
funny.
And then when Hyde came on, not sorry,
Yeah, I was
Kelso.
like, Kelso. I was like, how does it in the corner?
No, Fez though. Fez on this one was hilarious.
Oh, that was
His
funny.
stupid haircut.
His hair, and he was tight jeans, and he was trying to give Gwen the doll. He's like, "Don't worry, I got this." Oh, here's a 50 because he didn't have any change.
So dumb.
That was funny to me.
You know what we should do? We should do an episode on like retro.
On retro shows, like-
retro. That's crazy to call it retro. But like,
Wow.
But, I mean, Yeah, that's a
I'm
lot of
always down.
TV to watch, though.
I'm a shoot.
You know what I love too?
What?
This was kind of
Mhm.
before my time, but I was like watching it.
Everybody hates Chris.
That's a good show, but
That's
no,
a
not
good show.
that
I
one.
love that. That's
I love
funny. That
one
makes me
too.
laugh. They fired the maid.
Mhm.
I'm not cooking it. He's not picking it up. When I find Chris, he's
What's the
gonna
name
clean
of
up the
that
table.
damn show, man. A Different World.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
A Different World, but that's old though. That's like from late '80s, early
Yeah.
'90s. That was my jam.
I guess we should talk about a few.
That one
another
also
episode.
that one also had really good episodes. That touched on a lot of topics. I remember there was one episode when they wrote like something extremely inappropriate, and I was like, "Damn."
He said what?
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
really
yeah.
good. The Cosby Show was also good.
The Cosby Show was good.
Man, there's a lot of these old shows. Even Sanford and Son was really good. My grandmother used to watch it. I was like, "Oh, this is really good." Like, you know, you're a kid and it's like in the early '90s watching this stuff. I was already on rerun. The Jeffersons.
Jeffersons.
You know which one is Jeffersons?
Yeah, I know which one it is.
Oh, okay.
I've seen because older shows. I remember watching them back I'm gonna say in middle school, high school. Cause
I don't think Jeffersons was on reruns anymore by the time.
no,
they were in middle
but
school, high
so
school.
I was dating one of my exes. Her grandma was like a bit sitcom collector,
Mhm.
so she would always buy the box sets.
Oh, okay.
And so I that's what I got along with her grandma really well, which is kind of sad because I see her sometimes
Yeah.
in our area, and
Okay.
I'm like, I don't want to talk
My
to
grandmother
her.
used to love the Golden Girls. I didn't
Oh,
really
the
get
Golden
into-
Girls. I used to, yeah.
I didn't get into that.
I
Good
did.
Times was like way
Yeah.
before my time too, but I didn't get into that one too much. I'm from the era of like TGIF.
I thought you were going to say TGI Fridays.
But you remember TGIF, right?
No, but when I first
Boy
hear-
Meets World.
Yeah.
I want to go back and watch that.
Boy Meets World.
Oh man, there's so many good
I'm gonna
ones.
go watch back the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. That was funny.
The
But,
Fresh Prince is really good. You gotta watch Family Matters. You gotta go back and watch Family Matters. Like I rewatched it like during COVID. I went back and rewatched it. It was on Hulu for a while.
That blows me too.
Mr. Cooper. Do you
Yeah,
remember
Mr.
Mr.
Cooper,
Cooper?
I remember
I
that
saw
one.
that one too, but then I didn't get to finish watching it because they took it off Hulu by the time.
They
think
took
I'm
that
gonna
off of
watch
the
the first
Adams
season.
Family too.
What?
The movies.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, I actually rewatched them. This
I don't even
week.
have Hulu anymore.
No, it was on Netflix.
Man, these old sitcoms were so good.
They're so funny.
Isn't that these like nowadays sitcoms aren't good? Like Friends was good.
I could never get into Friends.
I couldn't get into Friends when I was a kid, but as an adult,
I haven't.
came
I
came
haven't
to
watched.
appreciate.
I've seen clips.
Like I bought
You
every
bought
season
Friends?
on Amazon Prime
Why would you do that?
because this was during
COVID.
COVID.
I watched The Big Bang Theory during COVID.
The Big Bang Theory is my jam.
It made
too.
me laugh because
I relate to the Big Bang Theory characters a lot.
I recognize a lot of the reference, and that's what made me laugh too.
Mhm.
I was just
Mhm.
like, I get it now. I see what you. I see.
And Parks and Rec is really good too.
Parks and Recreation is really good. I love
Parks
that
and
one. That
Rec
was
is
really
it's
funny.
freaking hilarious.
I'm trying to think
man.
of good modern ones. I've seen Modern Family. It's like some
Modern Family is
modern.
hilarious.
Some of them make me laugh. Some of them don't. I'm just like,
I like the Modern Family format
yes,
because
I
it's
do.
like
multiple families.
and like they're being interviewed and all this other
yeah.
stuff. And The Office also
Office is a classic.
is funny. I've never seen The Office all the way through. I've seen episodes here and there.
I've seen. I stopped Office when Michael left. I was just like, that's the character.
See,
The
that's another
Office.
example.
Because it
of,
does.
like,
Because it does like kind of go downhill.
it's not the same.
But I was just like, Michael. That's it. I'm telling Michael. Michael.
Man, all of these shows were so great, bro. Especially with like all of these shows with like all black or majority all black cast members, they were so good. And people, I feel like they don't talk about it as much as they should, or give it as much credit as they should. Family Matters was like
Yeah.
amazing show. The
Yeah,
Cosby Show was good.
The Fresh Prince of
was
Bel-Air.
really
Why
good.
would you love
Jefferson's
me?
Good Time. All of those shows.
Yeah.
You know, they were
And they're
so
not.
good.
Why? I mean, I think they're on HBO Max. I feel like they're on.
A lot of Fresh Prince is on.
I
HBO
know
Max
Fresh
for
Prince is
sure.
on HBO Max. So
Yeah.
I binge watched that.
Living Single was on. Living Single was on, I think, Hulu.
Yeah, it says Hulu. It says watch now on Hulu.
Yeah. So if you were born after 1995,
It's on today
go
on
watch
channel
these
VH1.
shows. You know, I asked my brother,
Uh huh.
like, do you remember watching Family Matters? He was like, no. But yeah, 90s show.
But
Go
speaking
watch
of the
it.
90s,
Wednesday,
the
go watch it.
90s, yeah, go watch Wednesday in the 90s shows. But speaking of the 90s,
Mhm.
it's been 30 years.
Since what?
Well, it's the 30th anniversary
Of?
the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Oh, yeah.
That's what
That's a
I'm
good
saying.
segue. Okay, I was going to say, I was like, what?
Of kicking butt and kicking Rita,
Mm.
especially Rita. 'Cause it looks like Lord Zed has escaped again.
Is that what this is? I thought they were all turned good. When they like
Rita's
destroyed
good. Rita's
Zordon's
good.
thing.
Rita's good. Lord Zed.
He became good. He was with
He
Rita.
started packing steroids and he got really buff and he became evil.
You're wild.
I'm just saying, and I'll talk about that. Why I said that.
Yeah. Go ahead. Talk about this because I don't know too much
Okay,
about it. But
so we know the 30th anniversary is coming up. It comes out in April. There's a special coming out on Netflix.
it's like something past and forever or something like that, right?
Yeah, and they're bringing back a lot of actors, a lot of past Rangers. I know
Oh, it's a Netflix special.
it's a Netflix special. I know that.
It is called Once and Always. I
Once
was
and Always.
wrong.
What I did like, I mean, personally, me was Space Patrol Alpha.
Yeah, that's
Space
what,
Patrol Delta.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I saw the badge.
I saw the badge, and then I saw SPA. So I was just like, this must be Alpha, and then they're gonna do betas. Well, I'm guessing that's what happens to get to
I
Delta.
thought it said SPD.
No, it says SPA. There's an A.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm guessing Alpha because they're the first version of it.
Oh, maybe.
And Adam's in charge of it, the second Black Ranger,
Yeah.
right? The second Black
Mhm.
Ranger. He's
and Ashley's in it too.
yeah. Trinity's daughter is playing
Trini's daughter.
Trini.
It's gonna be the Yellow Ranger.
Who else? I know. Catherine, I can't remember her name. The second.
The
Pink
second
Ranger.
Pink Ranger.
She's
and then Rocky,
she's
the second Red Ranger.
yeah.
And then Zach and Billy.
Billy, yeah. And then what's her name? I can't remember her name. The first Pink Ranger, the actress.
Amy Jo Johnson.
Amy, yeah. They said
She's
they
not
reached
on
out to. No, she's not on there. She said they reached out to her, but she never said no. That's what she says. To the special, so
Oh, so just nothing happened. Nothing came about
they
it.
said yeah. She says
She was in the Power Rangers movie with
Yeah.
J.C. David Frank.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that news bummed me out. I don't want to talk about it, but
They said his son might do it.
he has a son,
He has a son.
like in real life.
Yeah.
Thought he only had a daughter.
I thought he had a son. I saw something about it.
Let's Google.
Let's check that out.
Man, I remember the day I think I woke up like in the middle of the night to use the bathroom, and I got on Instagram, and I was like, oh, these people are so mean, this fake stuff. And then the next day I wake up and I'm like, no.
I know what you're talking about because he has a son, Hunter
does?
Frank.
How old is he? Silence.
I don't know because he's grown. I found his Twitter.
Oh, he has
Oh,
3.
He has 3.
Sky Frank.
Sky.
Is that a guy or a girl?
That's wild.
No, because there's Hunter Frank. Let's see. It doesn't say how old he is. I don't think. Anyway, whatever.
but we do know there is a Green Ranger.
Yeah, because they showed a clip of them taking the masks off and all that stuff.
Well, we didn't see the mask.
We didn't see them maskless, but we see them like lifting the helmets off.
But we do see a scene like during the trailer. You'll see a scene of them fighting against the Green Ranger with them. So we'll see what ends up happening. But also in other news, Power Ranger looks like they're stepping away from their Japanese counterpart, Super Sentai.
For this upcoming season.
For this,
Is that's what I wanted to ask you. Is that
Mhm.
for is that a one-time thing or
so we don't know yet.
is it an ongoing
Because-
thing? Those costumes look hideous.
So with the 30th, for the Mighty Morphin, they also
Mhm.
released the new series coming out, Cosmic Fury, which in Japan is called Kuyu Ranger. I think it's Kuyu Ranger.
Yeah, I kind of lost track of the Japanese versions.
No, Uchi Sentai Kuyu Ranger, which I think I've seen that show from start to finish.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of disappointed that they didn't go with that route. I think it's a really
It's
cool
not the
premise.
first time they've done it though.
I know they haven't done it.
They did it with the original Mighty Morphin.
Yeah, but I
Because-
mean
Because remember, Mighty Morphin stayed Mighty Morphin for 3 seasons.
yeah, and then the White Ranger is from another Sentai series.
Yeah, I
That-
wish they had just taken those costumes
and updated
and
in
still
the-
kept it Mighty Morphin. I think it would have
yeah,
been okay. It
and then
would've-
Alien Rangers. Is
I think
the
it could have been a
original
power up. We need power up
I-
mode now.
I wonder what they're gonna do with. So what we know of, they are gonna use the footage for the Megazord. All the fights for any mechs, anything
Mhm.
like that, is still gonna be the same Japanese one. They're not changing
That just
that.
makes me not want to watch this.
And I thought that was weird at first because it doesn't make sense. Because in their costumes, the images they provided of just the Rangers of how they look like, they're
Mhm.
drawn, they're using still the Dino Fury morphers.
Mm-hmm.
But-
And the hand drawn.
And the hand drawn.
The 2D.
Yeah.
It looked
and
better in 2D.
It looks better in 2D. I won't
Mhm.
lie about that. Their whole gimmick in this Kuyu Ranger is what is it called? Zodiacs. So like Leo,
Oh, okay,
Leo,
okay, okay,
Scorpion,
okay,
all that
okay.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And there's 12 Rangers. I did like that.
That's a lot of Rangers.
It's still pretty cool, and they had Rangers that are because it's a space thing, so they're not all the Rangers are human.
Mm-hmm.
So they had people that are like wolves, a bull, a mechanical
right.
bull, all this stuff.
Oh,
And it was pretty
I know which
cool.
one you're talking about now.
And I
know
thought it
what
was
you're
really
talking
cool.
about. The one with the bull was the Black Ranger.
The Black Ranger, yeah.
Mhm.
I thought it was one of the things I really liked from detail aspect was all their helmets had sort of a galaxy
Like stars, like
in the
Yeah.
black parts of their
like on the
visor.
visors. Mhm.
Yeah, and then like
I don't know why didn't they just use that design? Like why
They
go
coulda
with
just-
the
they coulda
crappy one that they
just
have
done that.
now?
And
There's no
then-
Titanium Ranger, that's for sure.
yeah, there's like I get that they might want to branch off, and Titanium Ranger was pretty cool. I did like him when he came out.
Yeah, because it's the only American-made Power
But-
Ranger.
but
His
this
morpher looked
one-
pretty dope, and like everything about him was cool. But these
I don't like
costumes
this.
look awful.
Everybody has abs.
It might look better on camera. I don't know,
Maybe,
but
I
from the
don't-
photos I've seen,
We've seen the photos. We've seen them upload a video. It's acting time. I don't like them.
really,
That's what they said.
God, these Power Ranger has never been a show with people of tremendous acting skills.
Have you seen the memes of everybody making fun of the Zenith Ranger?
What the hell is that?
The Zenith Ranger is the champagne colored one, the grayish, the one in the top.
The one with the cape, the only one
Yeah,
with
the
the
only
cape.
one with the
Uh-huh.
cape. Everybody's making fun of him because they're like I think he posted it. He was like, "Oh, it's a champagne color," and everybody keeps making fun of him, and they keep mixing him up with Drake.
Mm-hmm.
Because remember Drake is Champagne Poppy, and so
Mhm.
and he's bald too. He has like the same.
He has
hair.
low cut.
Yeah, so what they've done, they Photoshop Drake out in his album and put it's
I hate the
so
internet sometimes. bro.
it makes me
I
laugh.
hate the internet. I
And
don't know.
Here's the other part I don't like about it.
I'm not really interested in that at all.
I'm definitely gonna skip this season, but here's the other thing. The past 2 days I've binge watched Dino Fury
Mhm.
to see what it leads up to this Cosmic Fury.
Right.
And so what I did episode 1 Dino Fury and episode 1 I think it's called Kaiser, the Japanese counterpart of it,
Mhm.
and the Japanese one was way better.
And usually the Japanese counterpart is always better.
I mean,
just
it
wish
is,
I
it's always
understood what
better.
the hell they were saying.
But even like the narrative of it, like because I sat there and watched, it, and it made more sense from the Japanese aspect
Mhm.
than the American episode.
I just hate the Japanese version of the Ranger that's a cowboy and his morpher's a cheeseburger.
Bro, why you? Bro, that's my man, bro.
I hate that.
Star Ranger.
So dumb.
He's he's a cowboy.
Didn't he say yeehaw?
Yes, he's like, yeehaw. He has like a little guitar and he plays like westerns.
Dude, the
Bro.
cheeseburger turns into a guitar.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
That's dumb.
This is a funny gimmick because it's always like Americans becoming Japanese, becoming weebs. So why can't be the reverse one? That was a
I didn't
really,
say can't. I was just like,
I
that's dumb.
just so. What do you mean?
Anyway.
You know, there's an episode in Kamen Rider where they meet a Japanese cowboy. He just mows them all down with just a gun. That's how good, because he studied in America. He studied the way of the gun.
Anyway, I don't know, man. Power Rangers is not the same since like Saban's first time around with it.
Yeah.
Because after Disney took over, I feel like the only good thing that came out of that was SPD.
I did like the other ones.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
Then Saban, I was excited when Saban got the rights back to it, and I was like, "Oh, nice!" You know, they did Samurai. I think
Samurai was awful.
and the acting in it was
Acting,
horrendous.
the
I was
story.
like, "Okay, I know I'm
didn't
an
like
adult at this
nothing.
point, but I'm like, this is something."
No, because
duty.
I even know because I showed my nephews we binge watched the whole Japanese
Mhm.
series.
Oh wait, quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Forever Red, was that under Saban or was that under Disney?
Under Saban.
Oh, okay,
That was Wild Force is still Saban, I think.
okay, because that was a really good episode.
That was a really good one, and I did like how they still made the Wild Force Ranger like the main one.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't like push him off to
Yeah, I don't
Shugi-Fill.
know.
But-
then Hasbro got a hold of it, and
Hasbro is.
I just feel like it's just kind of like there surviving. I'm pretty sure it definitely has its fan. It has a fan base. It's
Yeah,
just,
I know
I
that.
feel like
It's a lot
I
of
feel like
kids.
if Disney got its
Also
hands
people.
back on it, I think it would be
feel-
different this time around.
I also
but I
feel
think
like
they
they
dropped
should
the ball
just,
the first time.
if it's not broken, why fix it? You know what I mean? With the Japanese counterpart, if they want to just record like out of suit action and just keep that, like morphin suits and all that stuff. Why? I mean, they did that for the majority of the start of certain shows.
Yeah, I don't know. I know they want to do things different, but
But it just and there's so many like shows. In
like if you're gonna
between.
do it different, do it better.
Do it
Don't
better.
worse.
And then I don't like how they are using the same helmet.
That's so dumb.
Because
all right, listen.
this next
I feel like we're
set-
being hard on this.
No.
It hasn't even come out yet.
Okay, I'll give one props
Let's
for it.
give it
The
benefit
Pink
of the-
Ranger is now the Red Ranger.
The Pink Ranger from the previous season.
From Dino Fury is now the new Red Ranger.
Okay, that's
and
cool.
then green is still green. Everybody's still the same color except for the Red Ranger, the Zenith Ranger, the one with the cape. He is now the Sixth Ranger. I didn't like that they showed him already, because now, I mean, unless they're gonna plan to add more characters, like because in this series there's 12. In the Japanese counterpart, there's 12 of them.
Do you think the American counterpart is gonna have 12 as well?
Maybe they might have some.
They might pick and choose what mech scenes they want to use, or they would just assign a
That's what
Megazord to a already
Another Megazord to another
a Ranger.
a Ranger
just
like they did for Wild Force. Yeah.
Yeah, they might do that. Dude, I'm like on Sideshow's website, refreshing the page to see how much this Iron Man is gonna cost. What's up? Yeah, I was right. I was right.
You're gonna buy it live on the podcast.
$655.
You're gonna buy it live on the podcast.
Absolutely not. But when does it come out?
When is the pre-order going?
The pre-orders
Orders
up
over.
now.
You're not putting it on it right now live.
No, I just want to see when it comes out though.
It comes out.
They changed their website, so I'm like, January to June? What? That's pretty soon. Of 2024. I was expecting it later in the year. Like, the summer. Like, the second half of the year. Sorry, I completely changed the subject. Talking about figures now. But we'll go back to Power Rangers.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of negative impacts already.
Yeah, how's the Power Ranger community feeling about it? Because I have not.
I've seen people. I know a lot of people are ripping on the suits for being lackluster, for having like the muscle pack inside of
The
it.
suits look horrendous.
And I did
They look
notice it
awful.
later. Well, when they did their live thing, when they uploaded it on social media,
Mm-hmm.
on their wrists or on their gauntlet, there's a little orb. Because I was wondering, so for the Megazord,
Right, it's what these little orbs
these
with the
orbs
constellation.
with the constellations.
Mhm.
I was wondering how they were gonna, if they're not gonna use that gimmick, how are they gonna make the Zords or summon the Zords in general?
Sorry for the face. I was looking at the payment plan.
It said your soul right here.
Nah, they're talking about $70 a month between June and January. Between June of this year to January of next year.
That's a month though. That's not bad.
Boy, I got bills. $73? Nah.
You can't spend 100 on yourself a month.
Yeah, for other stuff.
No, but
not
on
for no
you.
toy.
But
No, yeah, on for me. Like, I don't want to use it all on this.
oh, okay. That's.
I mean, I'm gonna get it. Like, I'm gonna get it. Like, I've been waiting for this. For those of you that are listening, I am referring to
The
the
Hot
Hot Toys Iron Man Mark 6 2.0 with the gantry from Avengers, the Avengers movie. It's specifically on with that scene where he lands. He has the Iron Man suit on, and he lands on Stark Tower,
Mm-hmm.
and then the gantry comes up and like
Takes it off.
and takes it off him. So it's that.
It's pretty cool.
It's pretty awesome the way they did it. Like it looks.
Yeah,
amazing.
no, the photos are really nice.
Yeah. Anyway, Power Ranger sucks.
Yeah,
This new one.
I'm disappointed because they missed one.
Yeah, I think I mentioned this in the podcast previously. Like, I'm all for Power Rangers from season 1 all the way to In Space. Skip everything between In
Wow.
Space until you get to SPD,
Wow.
and then skip everything after SPD.
Like
I'm-
not
like,
Lightspeed. Lightspeed was good.
I don't like Lightspeed.
I'll always be
I didn't
pro
like
X
Lost in
Lightspeed.
Galaxy.
Lost in
I
Galaxy was terrible. I didn't like
didn't
it.
like.
Ginga Man.
And then they kept Bulk and Skull, and they got
Mhm.
trapped on the little thing, and it was just like. When I saw the first episode of Lost Galaxy, that's when I stopped watching Power Rangers.
You were like this. No, get out.
Yeah, I was like, "Where's the original cast? Or where's the cast from In Space?" Like, I legit thought Bulk and Skull. I saw Bulk and Skull, so I thought, "Okay, cool. It's
Oh,
the
yeah.
same gang," and they were the only ones. And I'm like, they introduced these new characters. I mean, this was like 98,
Yeah.
99, so.
Yeah,
I was
it
like,
bad.
what, 10, 11? No, I was like
Mhm.
12. Well, I'm old already. But I don't know. I lost interest. And I was just like, womp womp. Get out of here. And then I regained interest in like 2010.
You don't like the core memory? You link back to the morphing grid?
I don't know what it was that got me.
You,
I remember.
You saw the morphing grid and
No,
you're like,
I got my laptop and like I was getting free internet at my grandparents' house because
Uh-huh.
my neighbor didn't have a password, and I was
Uh-huh.
like sitting by the window and I was on YouTube, and I was like, oh, internet, because my grandfather didn't have internet, and then like I just remember like looking stuff up to watch, and I was like, Power Rangers, and then I discovered SPD and I watched the entire season on YouTube.
you started blasting.
You don't know how hard it was to find every episode on YouTube back
Yeah.
then.
It's because you got to spell it wrong and then you got to put like Hindu and then it'll pop up.
I don't know.
I remember that. That was the trick. That was the trick because they would upload it, but because of copyright strike. But I think like certain countries don't have it or they don't care.
I remember people would flip the image
I
and
hate
like
it.
change the pitch.
You know what
on
I
the-
would hate is when you find it and then it's like, it's small
So tiny.
and it's like it's just a background image in the back
Mhm.
and it's just a video and that makes me so angry. It made me angry.
Yeah.
It makes me want to flip the computer and be like, no. Because I know when I first started watching Kamen Rider, I would watch it on YouTube and I would watch clips of it. I was just like, now I want to see.
Do they have a female Kamen Rider?
Yes.
'Cause I saw an
I mean,
image
there's a
of-
lot of them. I mean,
Oh, for real? Okay.
well, they don't
I've
have
only
a-
seen all male, and I saw this image of
They-
like Kamen Rider Zio, something like that.
02?
I don't know. She
So-
was black and pink.
Black and pink.
Let me Google it.
She has a hoodie?
She was doing like a Hayakik, so I don't know.
Because there are. Wait, was her costume was black and pink or she was black and pink?
The costume was black and pink.
Oh,
not
that
the
was
person.
from. Well, I mean, because there's one Kamen Rider who like, because she's a video game character, she has pink hair. Back what I was saying, Kamen Rider. So Kamen Rider doesn't have a female lead writer.
They should.
They've had female secondary and third writer, like supporting characters, but they did a special with all female writers, and it was really good.
Hey, are you gonna get that 6-scale Kamen Rider that I sent you?
The
The So toys.
the black XR.
I don't know the original name.
But that's what it was, right? I think we talked about it because I was just like, I don't know, maybe because I don't like Black or Black XR. That one he was because he's like Showa era writers were very. I think they're really ugly looking. A couple of them.
I mean, you're talking about like 70s, 80s, maybe.
Nah, but Kamen Rider Super One, Amazon Ichigo, Ningo, V3 are like my favorites.
But you know they're gonna come out with other ones, right?
Yeah, yeah.
They posted up a picture. They updated it, and they have 2 other ones in the background.
I might get other ones. But
It's not that expensive. It's 220.
Yeah. I think that was it. Was Black, right?
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is like the American version of the Mask Rider.
Yeah. So that's Black RX. I didn't like the way he looked.
And they're doing like the gold version, like his upgrade.
Oh, ew, stinky.
What?
I didn't like it. I don't like Black RX.
You
I
know,
like Black.
You know what?
the
I'm
one
surprised
before
they
him.
haven't rebooted Beetleborgs.
You brought this up the last time, or I think we talked about it.
I have the theme song just like in my brain.
But I will say, Kamen Rider has. Well, I mean, there's in their newest era. I think it's called Neo Heisei. I think that's what it's called. With our newer era is from like I think 2020.
Mm-hmm.
The main writer, Kamen Rider Zero 1, his secretary ends up becoming Kamen Rider Zero 2. So she gets his power up.
So weird.
It's pretty good because she's an android. She's a robot.
Anyway, back to Power Rangers.
They have one that's a video game character, and she's so strong. They made so there's a Kamen Rider called Kamen Rider X8.
I wish you guys can see my face. My face of disinterest.
They're all video game characters like Mario. Well, you know they can't use Mario, but they like the game.
Yeah,
is
you
based
mentioned
off
it before.
She's one of the biggest threats, and her game is a dating simulator game.
Anyway, I think we're gonna end the podcast right
If
there.
you don't make the questions right, you die.
Yeah, we're at an hour and
You
some
die.
change. Next week or next time, we're gonna talk about I don't know.
80s, bro. We're going back in time.
Back in time.
We're gonna get old mics, sound
Yeah.
old setup.
For those of you that are still listening and stayed through the whole thing, thank you very much
Thank
for
you very
putting
much.
up with our nonsense and
Nonsense. Our
our
rambles.
rambles and our,
Our
rants
jambles,
and
our rants.
random thoughts and random conversations. But we enjoy doing
We
these. So if
enjoy
you
it.
listen to them, thank you. If
Thank
you
you.
don't, thank you.
South Park.
But I think we're gonna end it there. You'll listen to us in the next time.
And the next one.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Ah, I always did the wrong
Oh.
one. No. There we go.
Awkward.